Hey guys, welcome to another video here. I'm just going to be doing a voiceover for Monday's workout, which was pause squats 4 sets of 6 with 255 pounds and a 4x8 of 275 pounds on sumo deadlifts. The pause squats went really well. My elbow's been flaring up a little bit, but I've been trying to do a lot of rehab work and mobility work on my shoulder. I had found the original cause of what's going on there. And I'll just read to you guys what I wrote down in my conclusion here. It's a forearm brachial tension caused by an excessive amount of internal rotation on my left side, which is the side where my elbow hurts, which it makes a lot of sense because my overhand grip on my deadlift is my left hand, but the root cause of the injury isn't actually the elbow itself. It's my left shoulder being overly tight, which also makes sense due to the overhand grip causing a little bit of an imbalance in my traps, which has made my left shoulder irritated, and therefore my elbow joint is overcompensating for the load and the lack of mobility in that left shoulder. So I've been doing a ton of forearm stretches. Matt August did a video on this before. I've been following some of the tips that he has for that. Just a lot of forearm stretches and rolling of just like using a peanut or like a lacrosse ball or a foam roller. Been using that quite a bit on my forearm, and also doing a lot of stretches with. I'll hook a band up to the bottom of a squat rack and put it into like an overhead tricep extension without actually extending the elbow, and I'll just hold that stretch and walk away from the squat rack and just hold that stretch for like 25 to 30 seconds, and that I find has been increasing my mobility, at least for the session itself, which is pretty beneficial considering once my elbow starts to flare up, it's pretty much game over from there on, and it really inhibits my benching and whatnot, so I've been trying to work on that as much as I possibly can. But as you guys saw, those pause squats moved pretty well. I was training with my buddy Dawson, and after I was done my deadlifts, he worked up to 500 pounds. He squats high bar, did 500 pounds for a couple triples, which I'll include in the video here. But you can see my warm-ups on sumo have been moving really fast. I'm still working on external rotation a little bit, trying not to have my knees come forward. But I'm doing the best that I can with what I've got and the mobility that I have right now. Slowly increasing that little jump at the end. Slowly increasing my hip mobility, and hopefully I'll be able to sink my hips a little bit lower and force a little bit more upright position. I've got a pretty strong starting position, but it can always be better, and that's what I've been working on. But I'll let my top set of 8 play through here, and I'll see you guys in the next clip.
This is how we fucking party. Party.
Hey guys, so just got finished up at the gym here. Worked up to what I was supposed to, but my elbow is fucked. So, worked up to 175 pounds for 4 sets of 8, and then 3 sets of 6 with a set of AMRAP with 3-second pauses on close grip bench. Worked up to 145 pounds of that. My AMRAP, I got 8 reps, I think, or 8 or 9, I think. But, yeah, I'm rehabbing the shit out of my elbow, trying to make everything feel better. I'm not excited for squats tomorrow. And instead of doing low bar tomorrow, I might do high bar and switch my days around. I was supposed to do my low bar volume tomorrow, but might switch that to Friday. But hopefully my elbow can fucking stop being a pain in the ass. It's getting really tiresome and it's only been a couple days. So, been rehabbing it, been stretching it, been rolling it, been using compression on it. It's just nothing seems to be working right now. So, might go into a physio, see what's going on there. But yeah, I'll keep you guys updated and I'll see you guys in the next clip. Peace. Hey guys, welcome back to another voiceover. Today was my heavy day for deadlifts. I did the sumo deadlift as I've transitioned over to sumo instead of conventional. Here's my warm-up with 225. I went 1 plate, 2 plate, 3 plate for a bunch of singles, and then I moved into 335 pounds for a 4x4. These felt pretty good. My knees and my hips were kind of bothering me, but other than that, everything moved as well as I wanted it to. I'm just going to be working with mobility on these a little bit more, trying to force external knee rotation. These felt good though. As I said before, my hips and my knees were a little bit beat up, so that kind of sucked, but other than that, they moved pretty well. But I'll let this top set play through, and I'll see you guys in the next clip. Hey guys, welcome to the 4th voiceover part of the video here. I didn't get to film much on my bench day, but I did get to film a top set of 6 with 185 pounds. I've been working a lot on the way I tuck and just controlling the descent a little bit better and trying to improve my arch. But I'm going to include both Thursday and Friday's video footage into this video as opposed to making them into 2 separate days. I'll do a little bit of voiceover and explain to you what's been going on with my training. So, as you guys know, I've been out of town for about the last 3 weeks here. I was house sitting for my mom, and I just got back this week. I was supposed to leave on Monday, but I ended up leaving Wednesday, and my training days ended up getting all messed up here. So, I haven't been able to film as much as I've wanted to. Camera keeps dying. I found out the issue was with my charger, so I changed that, figured out what the problem was, and I've been able to fix that now. So hopefully I'll stop running into the issue of having a non-charged battery. This is my top set of 8 with 265 pounds, keeping the intensity low and the trying to ramp up the volume here. Not trying to beat up my body too much, I'm still in the acclimation phase here. Slowly increase the intensity and increase the volume as well. I'm going to be running this program for about 10 weeks, and then at the end of it, I've got some pretty lofty goals that I'm trying to achieve at the end of it. So I did 4 sets of 8 with 265 pounds on squat. My elbow started flaring up, and with that, the bar position on my back kind of got a little wonky, and the other sets didn't look as good as this one did. They all moved pretty fast, but with the elbow issue, it obviously slowed me down a little bit. But after these, I followed up with 4 sets of 6 with 315 pounds on conventional deadlift. And it seems it only takes like a week and a half for me to detrain my conventional. The conventional pulls ended up feeling kind of like shit. Back started rounding. I just wasn't staying as tight as I possibly could. Felt a little weird, but still managed to push through. They felt really, really easy. I felt like I could keep pulling them all day. I think the biggest difference is the fact that I've been training on a stiff bar almost exclusively now. So hopefully that'll have some form of carryover. I messed around with the deadlift bar after my working sets, and it felt pretty good, and I'll show you guys those clips as well.
3, 2, 1. I'm a bust up in the club with no business. Them other artists out keep them on business. I'm a bust up in the club with no business. Them other artists out keep them on business. I'm a bust up in the club with no business. Them other artists out keep them on business. I'm a bust up in the club with no business.
So after my squats and deadlifts, I did some new accessories that I haven't done in a long time. I did some wide stance snatch grip deadlifts. These are actually really difficult and more so of a conditioning exercise than anything that I've noticed so far. Threw them in my program just because I saw Johnny Candido mention them before, and so far what I've noticed is they combine like the hardest parts of both conventional and sumo together. They're pretty difficult off the floor, and then the lockout and the extended range of motion is actually hard to work through as well. I did these for 2 sets of 8 and then a 3rd set of AMRAP. Worked with 225 pounds, and on my AMRAP I got 11 reps, I believe. And after that, in my other accessories, I just decided to call it at that, as I knew I was coming in later that day. And I was going to do some bodybuilding stuff with my buddy Tyson. We ended up going at like 1 in the morning and just having a huge bicep, arm, back day pretty much. As you guys can see in the video here, I'm just fucking around with the floppy dildo bar, as Bryce likes to call it, or the deadlift bar. Just worked up to 275 just to see how I was feeling, and it moved actually really, really fast. The way that I pull really benefits me with the deadlift bar. I'm able to pull a lot of slack and a lot of tension out there and get a lot of whip out of it. But it's just a skill that I feel is necessary for me to learn, as the federation that I compete in and will be competing in uses a deadlift bar. But I find training on a stiff bar is immensely harder, so I might as well do what I suck at so I can get better. It's kind of my philosophy with training. If you suck at something, do more of it and get better at it, and you can eliminate some of your weaknesses. I find pulling on a stiff bar helps me with my positioning and is forcing me to increase my mobility to get into a better position, as opposed with a deadlift bar. I can kind of pull myself into position by using the slack in the bar. But as you can see, the single moves pretty fast. A little bit slower off the floor, but as soon as I break it off the floor, I know I've got it, which is so far like my favorite part of sumo.
Hey guys, just got finished up at the gym here. I had squats and deadlifts on deck. I did 4 sets of 8 with 265 pounds and 4 sets of 6 with 315, and I did those conventional deadlift. So they felt a little bit harder than they normally do, but I haven't pulled conventional in about a week and a half, so it kind of makes sense that they were feeling a little bit off. After that, I did some wide stance snatch grip deadlifts for 3 sets of 8, and on the last set I did an AMRAP of 11, and I did those with 2 plates, so 225 pounds. I'm going to go back in later tonight. It's currently 8 p.m. My buddy Tyson gets off work around 9, so I'm going to go back in with him and finish up my bodybuilding type accessories.
So guys, that is the video. Sorry it's so goddamn long. As I said, I didn't get to film as much as I wanted to, and usually I would have done 2 videos that are about 10 minutes long, but instead I got one video that's going to be about 18 to 19 minutes long here. I think I'm coming down with a little bit of a flu, which is why I sound a little bit different. But hopefully next week I'll be back in my regular gym setting. I'll be able to film more, have both of my cameras charged and ready to go, so I'll get some more angles. Hopefully do some sick edits for you guys. But if you guys like the video, make sure to like the video, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.